What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mike Lemming coming back with a month 10 update of my 75-gallon reef tank. First things first, I'm sure you noticed still no fish in the tank. November 8th was when I officially had no fish in the tank. My watch 'em goby died, and since then I've been fishless, and a couple days will be 2 months, 8 weeks, and we are on our way. So let's dive in and check it out. So everything's doing good. I mean, LPS and softies are really crushing it. My SPS are doing fine. If you see that bird's nest that we looked on our last video, it's definitely grown a little bit. All these SPS are looking fine. Like I said, not the best color because my phosphates are a little low. This guy right here, I'm about to just see the snail on top. I'm about to cut that little guy to the left off and just start a new potential colony. Green slimer killing it. This little guy it's like whitish pink, but you see the polyps are out, so it's doing fine. Hammer, as always, I've had it for a minute. It's doing fine. Zoas, this thing's finally coming back. They were all closed up forever. Now it's opening, so that's cool. Everything's doing all right. Up here, this is, I believe, a bonsai. Crushing it. Polyps are extended. I mean, the shrimp just got done running over it, but it's coming back out. But the polyps are always extended, but it's not like a purple like everybody else's. So that in time will get better. This is a little frag I got. This one I'm rehabbing. This is something new. It's only been in the tank for probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. And we'll see what that thing does. I picked it up with something else we'll talk about in a little bit. That little, like, I don't know, Satosa or whatever it is, that thing is doing fine. Polyps are out, living happy. You can see back there, the anemone started right here. I changed the flow up, it moved over here, and then now it's back there. So keep an eye on him. If he gets too crazy and starts stinging stuff, which he already did, right there's in the middle of the screen, a little white spot. If he's gonna be a dick about it, then he's gonna get out of here. That little guy's doing good. I forget what it's called. This guy, since my last update, definitely grown. I mean, maybe I'll put the picture up now so you guys can see it. But that thing is doing really good. That's a digi. My Fish a Hex from his 500 subscriber giveaway, crushing as always. This little guy's coming back. See that little guy right there? Couldn't tell you what it is, but it's an SPS and it's coming back. This thing finally found a happy spot, so hoping that thing does well. The Dramedy Trachea, crushing it as always. I don't have a filter on, so the color's not the best, but this little guy has never done much, but he is super happy. My Acan, again, can't really see the colors right now. I don't want to bother with the gel filter. That reminds me, I think I'm going to point and shoot. When I do these updates, when I do voiceovers, it's not me, man. I'm just doing these voiceovers and it's just monotone and stupid. So I think I'm going back to point and shoot, may add some music and chop and screw it a little bit. But other than that, I think point and shoot is the way to go. Sump's doing fine, but before I get to that, let me turn on the light so you guys can see it. So this is what I'm dealing with. There's all my wiring. I had to rip it out of there, and it's because that thing's just blinking. I went away on vacation, so I put a 20-gallon brute right here, and after a couple days after I got back, I went to plug in a little pump over there, and it popped the breaker. No big deal, it happens from time to time. So I went and tried to turn the breaker back on, and that's what's going on. So that thing was just blinking like that, and if anybody knows, it's like bootloader mode or something. This guy right here, the actual Apex base unit, was just cycling through the rainbow basically. So I did a lot of stuff, went online, read a lot of stuff. I contacted, put in a ticket to Neptune's, and after some back and forth and trying a few things, I think I'm sending it in. So I need to get that back online because my calcium reactor is not running. That's the main thing I was scared about. I was scared about my calcium reactor not running. I turned that off a while ago because nutrients, those are just drying because I switched them recently. But yeah, so if you're wondering why the cords are just hanging out everywhere, it's crazy. Even a heater in the tank, that is because my Apex is not working properly. So that's what I'm dealing with over here. Like I said, I just threw this in here and plugged everything in, and it's a rat's nest right now, but I just needed something to work for the time being anyway. So that is what I got going on. Other than that, the tank, like I said, nutrients are a little low, so I actually reached out and ordered from Travis his phosphate and nitrates, and I actually finally got around to buying a new nitrate test kit because mine was outdated, expired. So I bought that. That should be here in a couple of days, and the NO2 and PO4 should be here within a week or something. So that'd be cool to see how that goes. Now, besides that, I mean, I haven't checked my alkalinity in like 3 or 4 days since the apex went down, but it's been sitting. I mean, it was pretty steady at like 8.3, 8.4. So we will see what it is, and I probably should have checked it earlier before I made this video. But yeah, let me take you downstairs and we will check out something new. All right, it's downstairs, and this is a 10-gallon quarantine setup. So last time you guys saw this thing, it was a 20. I took that out because I had this one that was clean and ready to go. And I ended up going to a local reefer's house and picking up, where are you? These little guys. So they're 2 Miss Bar clowns, and he had a bunch of them that had like dots on it instead of a stripe, and they're actual Miss Bars. But I kind of like just normal Oscillaris, and these weren't too Miss Barred. So I got these guys. They're super little. They all came from the same clutch. There was like 30 of them in the tank that were all around the anemones. So I dropped those guys in, acclimated them, put them in about, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago, something like that. And they look all right. They were eating in the tank. You see they're coming out. They're not too scared. It's cool that they're in that little guy and not like stuck up in the corner, you know. This is just a little cheap 10-gallon quarantine setup, little Marineland tank or whatever these little 10 Petco guys are. Just with a little Aqueon, quiet deal, whatever, little guy. That power head isn't on. I got the heater back there. The temperature probe on the Aqua Control, Neptune's Aqua Control 3, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, this is the little quarantine setup. You know, you thought I would learn the first time, but I guess it took 2, I guess the second time's a charm. Wipe my whole setup out, my whole fish tank out, and now I finally learned that I'm gonna actually quarantine these guys. So, like I said, December 8th or January 8th will be 2 months of truly no fish. So these guys will be in here for, you know, at least 4 weeks. We'll see what goes. I mean, maybe I'll wait 6 weeks or something just to see. Just I've gone this long, why not? Who cares? Make sure everybody's eating. There's no copper in this tank, nothing, no medication. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on, make sure their fins are doing well, and make sure no one has ick. And then, like I said, maybe next month at some point, throw these guys in there and finally get some fish back into the reef tank. So that is the update. This thing's a mess. I mean, there was a bunch of other crap here and I ended up taking it out. But this is it. I got a quarantine set up and there is fish in it. So that's pretty tight. I'm pumped about it. Other than that, Friday nights, if you guys aren't aware, I'm doing some live streams. It's pretty fun, man. You guys come out. I like having new guys out, showing their tanks, answering questions. Well, what I can answer anyway. I'm by no means a pro at this. But, you know, we answer some questions, talk shop, and hang out, have a beer or two, and it's a good time in my opinion. It seems to be a success so far. So if you guys haven't seen it, come on out. It's Friday nights, it's about 8-ish, depending on when I can actually sit down and get it going, or make sure all my equipment's running properly, like my headset and all that. But either way, it's a good time, so come check it out. But I will leave you guys here. Again, 10-month update on my reef tank, and here's the quarantine setup. So keep an eye out. About a month or so, these guys will be in the tank. All right, fellas, I appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Your boy Mike Lemming's out. Peace.